Well, hey y'all, happy Tuesday. First of all, what we're going to chat about today is a while back, one of my followers here on YouTube, Crystal, from, hopefully I got this right, OfftoShambala Ranch. She contacted me and she's got this idea for growing plants and creating these baskets that she calls Kabloom Baskets. And so she asked me if I would check out one of her baskets and kind of beta test her plants and see what I thought, give her some feedback. So that's what our video is about today. I'm going to share with you that video. Last week I was super busy out here in the garden, so I'm really excited to show you my new garden layout. And of course I want to thank everybody who came out on Saturday for our little seed and plant swap. It was so wonderful to see Leslie and Angelina again, and Michaela. We got to see Katie again. Katie and I split a bag of good sized bulbing onions. I got the yellow ones and she got some white ones, so we shared. And then we also had some newcomers. We had Jackie come out and Michael came out and Crystal came by too. And Crystal brought us a couple of small Kabloom baskets, and she gave those away while we were there at the event. So I'm trying to see if I've missed anybody, but so Leslie, Michael, Katie, Jackie, Angelina, and Crystal. Yep. And then Maisie, my oldest daughter, was there with me, and Maisie and I really just kind of danced around and had a great time. I'll put a picture up right here to show you what our little table of sharing goods look like. So we had a good time sharing seeds, and then we headed into Summer Winds and we shopped. Like I said, Katie and I shared some onions. I got a 6-pack of, like a jumbo 6-pack of strawberries, and I think that's all the plants. I think I really didn't buy very much when I went into Summer Winds that day. I might have bought, oh yeah, look at me, of course I bought a 6-pack of the Pac-Man broccoli that I had last year. So that broccoli should come in just like a couple weeks before all the broccoli that I just planted from my own seed tray. So let's check out the Kabloom basket that Crystal gave me. It's a larger basket than the ones that we saw at the seed swap and plant swap, which we'll probably be looking to do another one of those probably into January, 1st of February. And then we're going to check out my garden. This is what her first kind of Kabloom crate or Kabloom basket looks like. And I'm going to put some of these plants in water, so I just wanted to kind of let you see what it looks like a little bit. There's some bulbs in here. There's some Super Thrive. This is like a charcoal activator for compost. This is some mature aloe, and there's some unique grasses in here. I need to get these in water too. So lemon balm, and these are kind of those watering sticks that you can screw a bottle to. Petunias. There's some tomatoes down here, some herbs, a succulent. So the concept, and there's some more flowers in here. The concept here is that it's kind of like maybe either a subscription or this cool little gift basket that you could give someone or purchase for yourself, with some cool little neat things. And so I'm going to get this in water, but I'll talk a little bit more about it as we go along, and because we're going to beta test this and see how well these plants do and see if this is a good concept. And I want to hear what your thoughts are too. So now I've got it all set up in my tray here, and so there's about 27 plants, because I got 2 of the aloe, and then these are some pretty cool grasses, like an ornamental kind of thing. So this is actually the tops of them, but when you cut them from the plant from here, then you trim the tops and you put them down in water, then the tops will root and you'll have new plants. There's a real sweet little succulent in here. So most of the things are edible or usable in some way. There's only just 1 or 2 things, like the succulent and maybe the grasses, that don't have some future use. So this is again about 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, so about 25, 26 plants, rooted or not otherwise. So this is pretty neat, and it looks, you know, it's cute, super cute in the basket, but when you get it out and look at it, you really realize that you're getting a lot of neat things here. So now I'm going to get some water in this tray and decide where I'm going to place these babies. The yard got a big makeover this week, or last week. I spent a lot of time working on it, a lot of back-breaking work. So I really wondered, like, what was the best angle to show this to you, and I knew I wanted to get here early. So we've still got some pumpkin action going on over here, but we've got a whole new setup with our bags that brings everything out front and center. Got a lot of harvesting to do on this hibiscus, but I left these up here so you could see how fabulous they look. And so all of this got cleared out, all the scraggly looking beans, all the stuff that had just been left there after the aphids decimated it. That tomato over there is still doing super awesome, and everything that you see that's got a trash can, well, these are actually from Summer Wind. So everything that has a trash can is a seedling from my seedling tray that I got planted this weekend. Here's some tomatoes. Look a little sad after a 50-degree morning. So here is the new garden setup, and I don't know about you, but I'm a lines and shape kind of person, so I'm really digging this. I'm still letting these couple pumpkins go because they're making so many flowers, and you know, that's a bee invitation. Here's my watermelon. I don't know if it's getting that much bigger, but everybody else thinks it is. This one definitely looks a lot bigger, and the one down here in the trash can is looking pretty good too. About the loofah, yeah, I don't know if I care. Now, my greenhouse blew over last night. I don't know if you had the weather that we had, and the pineapple was sitting back there on that old water meter. So kind of got a little messed up, and so I have to wait for my husband to come home and help me get that looking decent again. But I'm putting cardboard down on the bottom so that I don't have to worry about trying to kind of mow in there. So once I get the greenhouse exactly where I want it, then that's what I'm most excited about, is that I don't have to keep hauling and moving my seedlings, because every time it hints of rain, acts like rain, I have to move them. So the seedlings will all go into the greenhouse. And I kind of we've got this idea of, and we've got a bunch of pieces of flagstone over there, even though my husband, like, see, I'll show you over there when we go over there. But we kind of want to do kind of a floating kind of stone patio, where there's kind of a little bit of grass coming up in between the rocks and such. So the way that the bags are right now, this is kind of the basic shape of that patio. Now it might be a little bit wider, it might come over this way a little bit. You can see we're just kind of right here by the bell, but right now it gave me a way to start looking at the garden, and I knew that once I got this set up, then I wanted the bags to go off in rows from the garden. So that's what we got accomplished. So everything again that has got a can on it, I got planted this weekend. And all of these bags over here were, some of them were in an ant pile over there, and some of them were over there in the greenhouse. So the ones over in the greenhouse are like covered in spider webs, and so these bags still need to be reconditioned. I need to clean them up, get these webs off of them, get the kind of top layer if there's any kind of leaves or gunk in it, and then do some compost. I'm out of my hay mulch that I used all of it. I'm really happy with all my seedlings. Like, maybe only one of them looks just a little weak, just kind of laying down like this one, I think, but it still looks happy and strong. So I'm really pleased with that. So once I get these reset and ready to go, then I've decided, I think even though this looks shady right now, it's in the morning still, but the way that the sun is shifted, there's a lot more light over here, but I'm not going to go over that way. I think I'm just going to go from here, and I'm going to make a third row coming down. So some of these will be used for the third row, and if I have any left over, they'll go over there. So I'm loving this. I don't know what you guys think, but I'm loving this. So then, so these are the stones that I'm talking about, and I know my husband thinks that they're quite lovely over here, but I'm probably gonna dig them up as soon as I get my little pull behind me tractor. And then over here, we've been adding stuff too. This is where we buried Sweet Flip-Flop. So these are some aloe that I got from the Kabloom Basket, and this is a cactus that we saved after it got knocked off somewhere where we were at. So I wanted to show you that because this is also gonna eventually kind of become a sweet part of things. And then over here, this is a branch that fell out of my ash tree, and ash is a good wood for burning, so we got to break this down. But almost exactly where this big tree is, our tree branch, is going to be my asparagus bed, because it gets good light during the day, and I think it's going to be a good place that can continue through the seasons for the asparagus. So that's kind of a look of how things are going. So this area's almost gotten cleaned up. I'm going to use some of these buckets in the greenhouse to give me shelving until I figure out what I want to do with that. And we had a big wind come through, so I just got to do a little straightening up over here, and then I'm starting my cardboard along the fence to get some stuff growing there. So the garden has evolved. This used to be pretty much our garden and a little bit of stuff there on the trellis area, but now we are shaping up into a pretty cool little setup. So I'm excited that I got to share this with you, and I hope you have an excellent day. Have a rocking good day, friends. I'm freezing if you didn't notice the sweater. And by the way, this is just the taste of it. There's actually like this system coming in from which probably would be over here, like the Pacific Northwest, is blowing this little cold storm that's gonna drop snow on about everything north of Arizona and west of Colorado, whereas the Midwest and the East Coast are gonna keep having this unseasonably warm time. So watch out for in the morning. They were calling for 48 degrees here where I live in Central Phoenix. It's adjusted up to being 50 in the morning, but if you live kind of in the lower or higher areas, then you might want to put some coverage over a couple things. But a lot of things I'm learning do a little bit better than you think, nipping into the 40s. But otherwise, I hope you have the best day ever. Chat with you soon, friends.